So yeah, winter transfer window no. Na City. They want position on the Premier League. Almost say, it's like a season since a City appointed Pep Guardiola no. One here mix out the Champions League spot. Into quickly City move into the transfer market and almost spending £200 million to fix their team from January no till the end of the season. And possibly most of the players to say the Bayer Ombehu City team no, and next season Guardiola sabe through challenge to win the Premier League title again. So we should secure almost spend a year and the baby no more that before we spend this can the baby or more. At least like I said there's a little improvement. So one first Canada Kenya home results no money, but there is little improvement because Nadia City about be rat off for me.
No more. So they've achieved it.
Yes. Na City club no Zoto omo transition period. Makawa has said we share City after the 2022-2023 Champions League final now. They started struggling against big teams. And those teams, teams are at any moment Pep Guardiola no be competing for the Premier League title. And teams near Arsenal. And to be her last season, City and Timmy and Arsenal. City struggle against Liverpool. This season at Twaso, when Timmy Liverpool, when Timmy Arsenal. Because the past 4 seasons in the Premier League, aside City, 4 seasons to watch the Premier League, you know, more than these 2 clubs, you know. Only 2 clubs from Manchester City for the Premier League title. And today, you know, the traditional top 6 clubs in the Premier League, you know, original 3 so. Because Manchester United, Chelsea, Tottenham Hotspur, and then Newcastle, Aston Villa, to challenge. It means a top 4 position even ahead of these clubs. It's a 3-way there, or more consistent, and no more and they challenge you more. Into this season, Arsenal now the last 2 seasons. Now what challenges City for Premier League title? No, Liverpool has won the Premier League. No, into the next season, Ebeko. City will more transition period. No, and on master to almost every him. On better spend this summer. April players, Edo Maba. Zakito have Florian Wirtz from Bayer Leverkusen.
Omoye strategic expenditure. So what happening? When they are targeting Florian Wirtz, over her players out to give them money. They get money from the Champions League. They get money from other sources. To be here, no. Normally,
yeah. Say, mobile spending, no. They make sure some more.
Back we will go for 10 million.
By this time, only maybe more problems. You say no. They say Florian Wirtz, the 2. So I heard City made for 3. If I say based on number of games from about the last 4 seasons, sir. Rodri, Gundogan, and Kevin De Bruyne. This is their made for 3. Omonton Rodri. Gundogan is fading out. The market value above him. Kevin De Bruyne might extend the contract. It is City in Tono. It is a 2 normal call from the City made for 3. No. City virtually will get 0.
But they will use other position.
It will be other position. City will eventually get 0. And also, one club, I'm academy players. Okay. And then Abeka Rodri in the Jinaho. Kovacic no more candidate the 2 or more supporting a. If City want to compete and compete again for the Premier League title, or want to Kovacic moko compete as almost status. Enti replacement for Gundogan. Enra and the Athletic for the buy say City airpay Tijani Reinders from AC Milan. Kevin De Bruyne, Florian Wirtz. It is a City targeting say next season they want a midfield 3 of Rodri, Tijani Reinders, and a Florian Wirtz as their midfield 3 for next season.
Tijani Reinders. Is that what do? Or bet me Come on.
No, boy.
You see, cat for Edumana.
No, he's a good midfielder. Company.
Loto, your type of
No, he has passed the
your Reinders speculation. What say? Say.
Reinders are trying Milan.
Nanya is Milan. Nanya honobo. Nanya honobo.
Yes, or graduate. In the modern Obono. On the team are on board European football.
So he just saying,
oh, United, at least there's a chance there. And you next week, I did.
Loto in Tijani Reinders, City, and Milan, a big test for AC Milan owners, Redbird, based on their ambition for the football club. 2 seasons ago, Omoton Tonali 70 million, and who been a day Reinders buyer from AZ Akma, Loftus-Cheek from Chelsea, Christian Pulisic from Chelsea, Musa from Valencia. Players omode Tonali Sikana etoye, and omode revival team no, and it was a transition period. I take you Reinders. This is in the second season at Milan. To move to the next level as a player, because one, he was coming from a Liga. Pressure is not there. At AC Milan, there be a pressure war. It's you need to fight the pressure one and win over the pressure. And some way comfortable to play. It's a big test at the man Redbird. By when it's Johnny Reinders. This season in Europe, he's a central midfielder. Or the highest scoring central midfielder in Europe this season with 15 goals. Closer to him, McTominay was at 12. Santos Strasbourg at 10. Tolisso at 10. Stage of Wolfsburg at 9. Lo Celso, Rebetis at 9. Mikel Merino, Arsenal at 9. Valverde at 9. And the Declan Rice at 8.
Central midfielder.
Yes, central midfielders. Bruno is an attacking midfielder. Central midfielders. Omoni from game controllers. Zutu. Omoche direction of play. Reinders ba Zutu. Why to say a na near the so car you say eposi. Only the blue between your midfield and your attack. Na say fat na chair. That is where you see the best in a branch offensive Tijani Reinders. And then when you pick central midfielders in the game, he is there with any central midfielder. When you are talking about performance, by football, no, your performance, na success become a performance plus success. And so no more. But what this season, and then the contribution to AC Milan, you can never underrate him. Into a better to price tag. Season where also no extending the contract. No, also only buyout clause. Only buyout to say Rafael. Rafael, there be they are saying okay. Naturally Milan ton say. Now my players here are boom mudin. And then
Tonali was
Debbie. Hey. Debbie. Right there's them so bono nyam kwarabo. Enyam
100 million.
And I make us say, to say Rafael, Arsenal, so penny. The buyout clause is 150 million euros. Into buyout
clause.
Yes, Leo the buyout clause. When there's no buyout clause, it you need to negotiate with Milan. But we have a boy, man, and say for me for this idea. The Milan bet on the 1900. Yes.
Oh.
Reinders. So he's there. And mama, aside the numbers or the man, you are talking about a player, or a versatile. Aside being a central midfielder, he can also play as an attacking midfielder. Defensively, he's good, and fitting into so many systems. Say City ball in a 3-man system, Reinders wo. City ball in a double pivot. They say they currently AC Milan the ball, Reinders wo. You are talking about a complete midfielder in Tijani Reinders. While City wants to strengthen their midfield, no, a big test to Redbirds also. Kakrabi on the Coppa Italia final. This is the difference between the two. Milan a cup winning team, Bologna a cup winning team. Pressure and crab bomb. Stage in the pressure crab bomb. Coach is in the no Mujina touchline. But I how to win, but doesn't know how to win. Italian no nim kwen faso Jacob. Konsasa yo nim kwen faso Jacob. So to sort them chana say. It's final body e different from any other game. It's in a game na be koso na enwumre no. No. Because who is a good coach?
For the first time we die in midfield.
Who is a good coach? Konsasa yo ba Milan no. The team was conceding. So in the last 6-7 matches, Milan conceded just 3 goals. I shall run 16 goals since we moved to the 3-back system. The coach was trying to find a solution to the problem. And Wakochi Porto, he won a lot of trophies at FC Porto. Oba Milan the crown and taking in 2 weeks. Milan, Atlanta, Inter, Supercoppa Italia, and the Juventus. Oshe Juve, Oshe Inter. Na say a bought tournament to Obi achi Inter Milan with the same tournament as Shane Trea. No, I could lose to Bologna.
Okay.
No. And then you to 3-1 AC Milan. 3-1 AC Milan.
It was my catch of the teams they need a trophy to save their season.
Oh,
yeah. Because if you mean a terrible season, AC Milan is an example of the team.
Almost 8 last check here, no. Captain Anya, technically they can still mathematically they can still qualify for the champions. You don't call that a terrible season.
But they can even get to the stage they are participate in any European competition. That is a possibility.
Because apart from the
that is also mathematically possible.
It's mathematically also possible they can also be there.
So
as at now, it is not terrible.
And the land
it becomes terrible if they fail to deliver. Also.
So as at now, they need the trophy. That's what I say.
But it's not terrible.
So when you have trophy now, now some man qualify for any Europe and I say Ukraine now, they are saved.
And
but if they don't get the trophy and they don't qualify for Europe, that is a terrible season.
So some many about the
so they need the trophy to save their season even before you be through home.
So it's not terrible as of now.
It is terrible. Because we in Kutomo. But Obi Oha. So we are England and Liverpool are the trophy. Barca is on the verge of winning a trophy. America a Coppa del Rey. They are on the verge. PSG aje, Bayern Munich Newcastle City will final. But he's in a good position.
United budget Europa.
United so the entire of my council of birthday celebration. My council of birthday celebration. So there are some teams that they are in dire need of a trophy. Transfer window the bed. Nse come start ba.
Gans versus
yes, versus so far. Because one shall see them was so be because the reconstruction of the teams, you know, it's all starting them. Because teams need to call down this season, they are not going to go down next season. Until Madrid didn't change, so Yen Shanchelo there be called Alonso Bra. Almost start here Jumanen Tem so that we can catch up with Barcelona. But we to na me discussion about Madrid. Nana America Alonso struggles. But it looks like the front three of Madrid, no had they might end up sacrificing one. Rodrigo, Vinicius, Kylian Mbappe. And so on paper, the performance of Kylian Mbappe, Madrid player, the first season, no share the most goals. It will be very difficult to touch him. Similar instance, about Vinicius Jr. making Rodrigo available on the transfer market. Now this season, you know who Arsenal and you who baby Arsenal seem to kesiye pa. We don't know share down starting gidi but any Arsenal augment your moment forward by going in for Zubimendi, which is an important asset if Arsenal want to perform. Because Arsenal made forward constant figures are solid, reliable, Odegaard and Declan Rice. There's question marks around Thomas Partey because his availability in critical moments in a couple. the possible replacement here Jorginho between James and Jorginho so no or Emre. Then you look at someone like Zinchenko. Honestly, me about him, but he's also out of the conversation. So Arsenal needed to fix their midfield. Mikel Moreno bet me a kakra, but they were actually anymore no. Actually, so bet me a boy anymore. So therefore, Zubimendi comes in. You look at the Arsenal team, and there's not much problem with their defense. It is a whole building Arsenal. The goalkeeping department, the defense, you not really touch it. But the replacement for Thomas Partey on nowadays, Zubimendi Babeshaw. Then the big question. What happens to the Arsenal attack? Then the man for starting suggests to say players like Gabriel Jesus Milito, Raheem Sterling, as Arsenal to be John Mokwan.
But the Arsenal players.
So more extended. That's the point. So alone. But in India, mobile funny beam to a call, Sana may patch. The only common beam. Then Martinelli is not a player that makes me a castle pianist in China. Trossard similar. Then you look at Obiseka Harvey to recover him to he's excellent for the job. Then Bukayo Saka. But I'm not first suggest to say, so we'll share a year Rodrigo. It looks like the introduction of Alonso. Say, Bessel Muma Hendrick more playing time. On Besoma Adagula more playing time. Even though he might decide to change the system to fit that of Madrid. But I know Crano any complete adjustment. To here we still see the front two. So about front three Paya, Rodrigo, Mbappe, at same time Vinicius Junior, limiting the number of spaces a bit me ada of Obia Jude Bellingham ada Gulana and Yadi ABC. The head of the corner. People are saying Arsenal should go in for him. I mean, from where I sit, I think he's a kind of player that his style of play to some extent will suit the Arsenal lineup.
So he plays on the right.
He plays on the right, but also can play as your center forward. Yes, we don't told him about center forward. Rodrigo.
I think the experience Arsenal.
Rodrigo Reman.
Yes.
So that type of center forward.
Arsenal Coppa Italia can find a league and not center forward. That's go for Rodrigo.
No, Rodrigo is better. The only issue is that
he will not give you more.
He sacrificed. That's where we are all getting it wrong. Rodrigo last season and this season, and they had the sacrifice lamp for Madrid to get balance on attack.
But he's not a number 9.
He can give you.
Now you need number 9. Wow.
And no. But say, Jaobi said Gabriel Jesus and Sterling, if they are out of the conversation, you need that kind of profile. And a player that can give you the combination of the two. Wait me about from the right, wait me about from the left, wait me about for the central position. If you want to play a false 9 system. Or wait me about in the area. No,
he has decided not to play since Gabriel Jesus injuries in the he has tried to play with Kai Havertz as a false number 9.
Yes.
Which Havertz will do Leverkusen. This animal man. But when you come to the Premier League, you're more demanding. Based on how teams defend, you will need a proper center forward to disturb defenders.
And what?
Don't go for Rodrigo.
And what?
Okay, but he becomes a member of the squad. For instance, if your number 9 is not there.
Now we play with Real Madrid. Better say, I bet na bench was na so number 9.
You told your bench.
But the manager Arsenal, every day Real Madrid, some of these things. We were about to resolve a ball. Brazilian boy.
Okay. Tamana Alvarez, or Manchester City. Not the whole idea was Alvarez a false 9. But you Alvarez for Atletico Madrid, and he's the one leading that.
Alvarez was a striker.
But no City.
Gadula never about 2 strikers. That was a striker.
Debbie. Rodrigo has the potential of doing that. Rodrigo leading your attack. Moto.
Arsenal go play Premier League ade. No more striker. Season no. If you be more over 20 goals. I'm not to man no matter go for Rodrigo. Now if you have Gabriel Jesus is leaving, you have Raheem Sterling is leaving.
And you are dropping more instincts of a striker. Who's a Jesus?
We don't really see Rodrigo. Last season. No Madrid bought a 4-3-1-2 system. Only Vinicius not age anymore. And because he acted as a sacrifice lamp, most of the time he was operating from the right side of the attack. But when he walks into the penalty box, you see the potential and then the asset when it comes to finishing and his intelligence in the penalty box. You to say how they no compare Harvard at Leverkusen, Harvard at Chelsea. No crowd team ball the first time Arsenal no need that potential, need that finishing ability like Rodrigo. Time I know here Jumano and the team of Madrid. On only finishing instinct, I was switching Harvard. So when you look at the market, you need experience. You need a player with a trophy-winning mentality, a player that has the ability to withstand the pressure. It's so you'll be free Madrid. Champions League or here, League ball or here. He's a young talent hungry for success. He can easily lead your attack and get the goals banging in for you. To be able to, I think sir, more share options available anymore. More share anymore. I think say he will not be a bad sign.
No, Barca will get a sack and probably Manchester. The guy wants to be there.
Yes.
But from Marine, I don't think they do 18 million.
So for more than about to replace Martinelli, maybe after a post center forward, maybe I will see maybe a broker national front three, Rodrigo. These two strikers move back.
So you are admitting he will help.
No,
to man, see there are different positions. What team in common now?
So
He gives you so much options.
There should be a main man.
He gives you so much options, and even in the absence, even in the worst case, in the absence, he can occupy that. Yes, he can occupy that for you.
Let's run
and you see the potential on the party.
Right, thank you.
Finally, yeah. Pep Guardiola once again is showing the world say he's a checkbook manager. Yes, excessive checkbook manager. But City Kofa Matthias Nunes. I'm never fix it. Their midfield problems. January I'm Kofa Nico Gonzalez. Ed Nebai. So I'm mess off with their midfield problem. Rodri is coming back. Nico Gonzalez or Matthias Nunes or and now City help Florent Vett to occupy the Kevin De Bruyne position and also Tijani Randes for the number 8 position at day.
Win again.
You want to win again, but it clearly Arsenal look at the midfield options available. As we told that Partey stay I BBO. Now City will cover situation Gundogan now.
Gundogan is a boy with Jabo. Gundogan is a Jabo Ibo.
And he's a starter. Oh, don't tell me City will be that. Already Canada. Canada. And now he's going for another 2. January I go to Nico Gonzalez. Nico Rodri.
On a bit. Obe deputize Rodri.
What about 60 million car ever deputize Rodri? What to be for the double pivot? I want to be for Rodri. So that explains the checkbook conversation I hear.
On one of the best cannibal.
And then they explained the checkbook conversation. There be any team they play at all.
You got team be spending.
And no, but spending it was tobacco. No improve.
That's one improve players.
What has happened, Matthias Nunes was a right back of Manchester City.
Not Matthias Nunes, but he's improved some of these young boys in the team. Oscar Bob, but then one more do Foden.
Yeah, can you Foden? If the brother is leaving, Foden should take over. And
you also dictate that.
City was Savino, or Jeremy Doku. Into the Foden or Jack Grealish, into the your front three. Jack Grealish was 100 million. After that, you went in for Doku. After that, you went in for Savino.
The most expensive.
Mamouche.
The most expensive
options for front three. Where we have options for front three: Mamouche, Haaland, Foden, Jack Grealish, Doku, Savino. Where we have front three options: Marco 6. You can rotate between these 3 players. With me, it's all front three. I'm rotating. I'm on 3 at bench, and I want to be for about 10. You cannot play Mamouche just behind Haaland. Keep Nico Gonzalez and Rodri and going for 1-1. You are going for an extra 160 million. Between those two players, it is estimated around 160 million after spending 60 million this January. This is clearly an example of a manager that needs excessive signing to survive.
Liverpool, left side, right? Is it left side? Omo Gapo ni Luis. Omo front line. Omo Jota, Omo Nunes. And Omo Salah ni Kiza. Check their prices.
What is Liverpool to be, man?
Oh, they have.
Derby.
So Amateur.
Derby.
There's a move for them.
Power Specialist Herbal Hospital. The pay. Medini Fiti Asiana Maka was a Yoko. Na Pedro Padua.